Good morning, children. Sairam. Today we are going to continue with chapter number 2, Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation, and Wildlife Resources. In our last class, we have discussed about land and land formation as well as land use and common property resources. Now, property resource meaning the land which is shared by the community is called as the community land, and therefore it is known as common property resource. Okay, moving to the another slide where we talk about soil. Children, you can see soil. Fine. When we are this is the diagram representing soil. Fine. Do not pay attention here and there. See, you can see the picture of this soil profile. First, you can see this green portion is topsoil with humus and vegetation. Then the next one is subsoil with sand, silt, and clay. Then after this we have the third layer, or you can say the middle layer, which is weathered rock, which comprises of weathered rock material. Now after that we can have the parent rock. This is the parent rock. So children, if we talk about soil is a thin layer of grainy substance covering the surface of the earth, and it is closely linked to land. Landforms determine the type of soil, and if soil is made up of organic matter, minerals, and weathered rocks found on the earth. So children, after knowing that what is soil, let us have the factors affecting soil formation. Let us have the factors affecting soil formation. Okay, first we have parent rock. What does parent rock means? Parent rock initially determines color, texture, chemical properties, mineral content, and permeability. Permeability means that how much, you can say, a particular rock can absorb water or other components of nature. Okay, other natural components as in moisture, oxygen, carbon dioxide, what is its total content. When we talk about relief, it is the altitude and slope and determine accumulation of soil. Now, basic one more important factor is flora and fauna and microorganisms, that is they affect the rate of humus formation. That is flora, the vegetation. Flora and fauna means the, you can say, the plants as well as the animals and vegetation, the trees, the climate, each and everything, as well as microorganisms, you can say amoeba, yeast, bacteria, which help to till the soil, or you can say to develop a good texture of the soil. Far more if we discuss, then climate is yet another important factor which really affects the quality of soil. Temperature, rainfall influence, rate of weathering, and humus. And time is the last factor which determines the soil profile. That how much time does the soil takes to absorb the contents, and for how long this soil maintains that permeability to, or permeability, or you can say that texture in which a good harvest can be expected. Fine. See, so you can see this particular picture. This picture will actually show you the different layers of soil. Though we have seen this picture, but still I would like to illustrate this to you. See, first you can see this is topsoil with humus. Then you have subsoil with sand and silt and clay. Then we have the weathered rock and rock materials, and then we have the parent rock. Okay, after this, I will actually like to explain one small definition to you children, that if we talk about, when we are discussing about the soil formation, one major thing is that major factors of soil formation are the nature of the parent rock and climatic factors. See, when we are talking about the formation of a soil, how is soil formed? Do you really think that it is something which is natural? No. Different types of soils, like you might have read in other previous classes also, or you might be conversant: alluvial soil, black soil, clay soil, etc., etc., loamy soil. Fine. How do we get such kinds of soils? Do we get it naturally? Do we get it naturally, but still it is formed? And how is it formed? Different rocks break up due to weathering. Okay, when weathering of rocks take place, the you can say the crushed powder of those rocks plus the land, the mud, and the silt which is provided, which comes in the climatic factors, as well as you can say which subsoil with sand, silt, and clay, which come along from rivers, or you can say streams of water falling from the mountains height, and many other factors. Fine. When they actually combine with organic material as well as microorganisms, different different types of regions have different types of soils due to their climatic conditions, due to the various other affected factors. Fine, children. Okay, I'll give you one picture. I'll show you one picture which actually will show you. Yes, this is contour plowing. Okay, plowing parallel to the contours of a hill slope to form a natural barrier for water to flow down the slope. So, children, this what is this? If I've brought this slide in front of you, what is this, children? Can any one of you think and tell? Okay. Counter plowing. When we are talking about counter plowing, we talk about the degradation of soil and measures of conservation. Measures of conservation. I will repeat, this is degradation. How land actually, how does land gets or soil gets degraded, and how conservation measures are being taken. See, when we are talking about soil erosion and depletion, they are the major threats to soil. Both human and natural factors can lead to degradation of soil. Now, how human and natural factors? When we are talking about human, deforestation, okay, and you can say cutting of trees. Deforestation means cutting of trees for your own profits, as well as natural factors like massive rainfall. Then you can say if sudden attack of cyclone is there, tsunami is there, floods are there, hurricanes are there, cyclones are there. All these factors also lead to degradation. I repeat, factors which lead to soil degradation are the main factors due to are the reasons due to which soil loses its quality as well as strength. Now, what are the steps to conserve the soil? First, it is also a way. When we talk about this counter blowing, it is also a system in which soil is preserved. Even if water is poured, suppose something is on the top, and if suppose, okay, you take an example of cake or a bread. If you pour chocolate syrup on the top layer, slowly and steadily that chocolate will spread in a longitudinal and latitudinal manner. It will go and inside the crust and layer of the bread also. Not even a single corner will be left. Similarly, counter blowing is a way by which soil can be saved, and it can be saved from degradation. Now next, this is a picture of intercropping, where crops are grown in alternate rows and are sown at different times. With this, the quality as well as, you can say, the tenure of soil is increased, where one alternate crop is grown on the other, so that the fertility of the soil is retained. Yes, children, you can say pictures showcasing deforestation. This is the situation after deforestation. Now, we have division of layers of atmosphere as well. See, this water cycle, I think each and every one of you is aware of, and water cycle is an important factor which is very necessary for us after degradation, or of how to save the soil from degradation. We have seen, okay, we have water, and water cycle is the, you can say, the essence of human life, isn't it? It is. Now, see children, water is something without which not even a single activity of the day is carried out. Water is a vital natural resource, an important essential resource which cannot be avoided. We know that the 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water. It is therefore appropriately called water planet. Even many of the people call earth as the blue planet. Fine. It was in the primitive oceans that life began almost 3.5 billion years back. When we are talking about water, fresh water is the most precious substance on earth. When we talk about 3/4 or the 75% of water on earth available, it is actually not potable for drinking. That 3/4 portion of earth which is covered with water is saline. It is saline, that is, it is salty in taste, and it is not possible to drink that water. So children, before you waste water, you should know that it is the most valuable and precious resource on earth. So taking a pause over here, and we'll continue with water and its steps as well as measures of conservation in the next class. Thank you and Sairam.